Did you know 1 in 6 children face some kind of mental health concern each year? And help is too often in short supply, especially in rural parts of Idaho. This Thursday, September 26th, Boise State Public Radio is holding a special event in Marsing to talk about rural mental health issues, and we'd like to invite you to come, especially if you or someone you know lives or works in Owyhee or Canyon counties. The event is free and open to the public, and dinner will be provided. So meet us at Marsing High School this Thursday, September 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. for an important panel conversation on building connections between teens, families, and their support networks. Find event details at boisestatepublicradio.org/events.
From Boise State Public Radio, this is The Connector, Idaho's daily news. Good morning. I'm George Prentice. Today, we've got a pretty good forecast, and that is really good news for Wildland firefighters. We will tell you about the first ever Treasure Valley Youth Fentanyl Summit, and we'll explain why the City of Boise needs insurance policies from 7 different insurance companies. It is Wednesday, September 25th, and here are today's stories. A near-perfect forecast is in store for much of the region today. Stephen Parker is at the National Weather Service office in Boise.
Today might be a little bit warm for some people's liking. We'll be about 15 degrees above normal today. But after that, we moderate a little bit, and it'll be dry, and I think in most people's opinion, a very pleasant week coming up.
And that's very good news for firefighters. So checking in on the lava fire, which has threatened Gem and Valley counties. This morning, it's 67% contained. Mark Jameson is the operations section chief on the scene. He says this improved forecast gives firefighters a fair amount of confidence.
The weather has been hotter and drier, but the fire's not growing. We're doing really good. The containment is full down here in the bottom part of the fire, but they're also still working on mopping up some unsecured areas and making sure the fire stays where it is.
We'll also check in on the Wapiti fire, which as of this morning is 72% contained. Kevin Norton is the operations section chief on the scene at the Wapiti.
We do have some stronger winds and continuing drying trends here forecast for the next couple of days. And so we have our suppression resources, engines, and crews spread out around the fire in the right spots, keeping an eye on things, and they're ready to go in case anything starts to get active again.
And as of this morning, the Wapiti has scorched more than 122,000 acres. The City of Boise has an insurance dilemma. Most of us can relate to the problem of ever-increasing insurance premiums, add to that increasing deductibles, and with the City of Boise's insurance policy about to renew next Tuesday, city officials are worried too. Just by following the news, you can guess how many more insurance claims that the city has had of late.
We have some considerable increases related to our annual deductible and premiums. We've enjoyed a rather flat deductible the last 10, 15 years. These are going up related to claims that we've been presenting from whether it be shootings, property damage on parks, workman's comp, or other employment matters.
This is Boise Council President Colin Nash yesterday. He told his fellow council members that something has to change.
I have a lot of concerns about this, and I'm hopeful that council leadership's been in touch with the mayor's office, who wants to bring forward some changes related to risk management, which I would be strongly in support of, and I hope council would too, so that we can make sure that we can get these claims under control.
All that said, the city has secured coverage for fiscal year 2025. It includes coverage everything from property to terrorism to cyber liability through no less than 7 different insurance companies. And the total premiums, they top $1.6 million. Students from across the Treasure Valley, from the Boise, West Ada, and Kuna school districts, spent some time yesterday with some unique counterparts from the U.S. Attorney's Office and the DEA, that to hold the first Treasure Valley Youth Fentanyl Summit seminar. Sophia Darlings tells us more.
A state of Idaho report says deaths of fentanyl overdoses tripled in the state from 2020 to 2022. The U.S. Attorney's Office has reached out to the Kuna, Boise, and West Ada school districts for students to participate in a fentanyl awareness seminar. The workshop teaches students the consequences and the short and long-term effects of fentanyl use and tries to encourage students to engage with their communities. Boise School District Communications Manager Ryan Hill says that by educating 7th and 8th grade students about fentanyl, they hope to raise awareness in their schools.
One of the campaigns that Drug Free Idaho has been running is what's called a natural high, which is kind of to pivot kids away from drugs and into what can you go out and do in your daily life that gets you high in a natural way.
Mental health can be a factor in fentanyl use, and over the past year, the Boise School District has launched various mental health programs like the Hope Squad, where students can support their peers from social isolation and train staff to increase their literacy around depression.
One of the things that I've certainly learned in the time that I've been around education is that it's never one thing. You have to take a holistic approach when you're looking at a lot of these emotional or social issues.
Hill says that state officials are creating materials to help other school districts open the discussion of fentanyl awareness within their communities. Sophia Darlings, Boise State Public Radio News.
And that is today's episode of The Connector. I'm George Prentice. We'll see you back here Thursday. To stay in touch with the news between now and then, check out BoiseStatePublicRadio.org or download the free Boise State Public Radio app. And thanks for listening.